Hello and welcome to Break Run, which is a separate series here on Off the Tracks where we're going to be talking about our top 10, our top 5 and whatever we can talk about when we're sitting in this lovely two-person sit-down way.
I know. I've always wanted to do this, Jake.
And now look at us. Ooh, this is so much fun and exciting. So what we thought for doing this first ever episode here on Break Run, we're going to be talking about our top 5 coasters and slating each other as we go through, going from 5 down to number 1. Oh. I have mine written down here.
I have mine.
Oh, this is exciting.
So, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first.
I'll go first. Okay, right. So, number 5.
Yes.
Has to be the one, the only, Woden.
Oh.
At Europa Park, my number 1 theme park. And Woden, to be fair, was up there as my top coaster for quite a while.
Yeah.
Back in 2019, I believe it was.
Back in the day.
Oh my God, it's such a good ride. I mean, it's GCI, incredible coaster.
Yep.
Doesn't stop with its momentum.
No.
The queue line's incredible. Love it.
I absolutely love it. It's a good coaster. It is in my top 10, but it's not in my top 5.
I think what it is about it is it's just the fact of you got a toilet in the queue line.
That makes it to the top 10 just because of that.
Because of that. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The trains have even the station where you see them statues and they all like as it departs, it kind of like it starts looking at you and it's so good.
Yeah. It is very, very good.
It is.
However, my number 5 used to be my number 1. I mean, years ago. And this is Taron at Phantasialand.
Oh my God. How did I forget Taron?
So Taron was my number 1. I mean, since like 2017 all the way through until last year when I rode a certain other coaster that we'll get to soon.
Okay.
And Taron is just the most beautifully themed roller coaster.
I must admit, I completely forgot about Taron because I think that would be in my top 5. But yeah, I think with Taron, it's a good ride. No, it is. It's a really, really good ride. Speed's incredible. Theme is amazing.
The soundtrack.
I just feel like a lot of people complain about it because they never had any inversions, but like it doesn't need it.
It doesn't need it. It's got airtime. It's got the speed. It's got the thrill. It's so much fun, and that's the fun thing about it.
I'm really annoyed that I never put it in my top 5. Damn.
What about your number 4?
Okay, my number 4.
Yeah.
Now you may have ridden it. You may not have.
Okay.
It's actually in Florida.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's Montu.
So sadly, I haven't had the chance to ride all the big coasters in Orlando.
Oh my God.
However, September,
soon.
OTT Presents hits Orlando. That's going to be the fun thing. But yeah, Montu.
Oh my God.
B&M invert.
Oh my God, it's so good. I mean, like the first time I went on it, you cannot ride it more than twice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just pass out.
It reminds me very much of a Xyrus at Park Asterix, which I've ridden. It's basically near enough the same. It's the same ride type, the same theme, near enough, and it looks kind of fun. But I really can't wait to get on Montu.
I mean, the thing of it just keeps on going, dude. It's like 3 minutes and something. It makes like Nemesis and Nemesis Inferno just like pussycats. It makes them all like 13 or I don't know what flying fish because this thing is just absolutely insane. And some of the elements as well near the end, mate, is so close to the ground, and it's just so it is literally
the better Nemesis.
It's probably the number 1 B&M coaster out there.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So what's yours?
My number 4, you've definitely not ridden. I know you have not.
God.
And it is a Batman Gotham City Escape at Park Warner.
I've heard about this.
This is one of the best roller coasters I've ever ridden. I'm not going to lie. I sat there, got on the train. Normally on an Intamin multi-launch, I leave like a nice gap in my seat, like a good like that much gap in my seat. And I got to the second launch, and the second launch launches you go into like a top hat section, like a Velociraptor. And I got to the top of there, and I was like, oh my God,
is it really?
This is airtime thrilled. And towards the end of the layout, most, like RMCs have got like a stall turn where you just hold yourself upside down. It's only for like 2-3 seconds. Batman Gotham the City Escapes like 10 seconds you held upside down. And I've never held on to a ride that long in my life. It was like, I was so thrilled at this. It was like, oh my God, what's going on here? And it was so good. Honestly, the theming, the queue line, it made it a fantastic experience. And a lot of people told me when you go on it, you think Taron won't be as good after you've been on Gotham City. And I turned and went, yeah, I can see that now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly jealous that you've ridden it because I have seen some of the POVs for it all in the off-ride and it looks absolutely amazing.
It's amazing. It really is. Right, number 3. Number three.
Okay, number 3.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is going to be a bit controversial here.
Okay.
Hyperion
Hyperion
at Energylandia.
Oh, okay.
It is a very good ride. It is one of the rides where I went on it front row and I was like, oh my God, this is so intense and it's so high. And you do feel that you're going above that like 90 degree.
Yes.
More than, because obviously you see slightly in a bit.
Yeah.
But yes, that ride is just so good. I mean, how close near, I think it's like the mid-course area as well.
Yeah.
And you're coming around, you're swooping everywhere. Absolutely insane.
It is in my top 10.
Is it?
It's above Zardra, I can tell you that.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it. I think it's a fantastic coaster. I think the thrill, the speed of it is fantastic. I think it's very much like, I've just rode it last week, it's Conda, and it's very much like Conda, I think. It's got very similar aspects in the way it's done, but Conda, I think, is a bit more of a smoother experience, but I think the height and the speed of Hyperion is, I nearly said Hyperion.
I know, I've done it a few times. And I think what it is with Hyperion as well is the fact of
Hyperion.
You see, you've even got me saying it, is it's the welcoming when you first drive up to Energyland and you see
you just see it for miles away.
Now it's a shame really, because obviously I've ridden it a few times, and then obviously we met you guys when we did it, and it was running really smooth years ago, but now it's
well, I rode it in 2020, like even before. I went a few weeks after you went.
Oh right, okay, yeah, and I did feel like it was a lot.
It's gotten a lot rougher over the years.
Yes, because when we came off it, and then when there was a load of us, and we were like, everyone was like, God, that was a bit rough, and one was kind of like, it is a bit, but it was never like that.
No, it's never like that.
But anyway, what's yours? What's your number three?
My number three, you definitely not have ridden, and this is Maverick at Cedar Point, and this is another Intamin multi-launch roller coaster where you are in a Wild West area. It's not tall. I mean, the highest drop is 100 foot.
Jesus,
it's not tall at all. But the some of the whippiest transitions I've ever seen on a roller coaster. Like I've never. It's got the old Intamin, you know, the Rita restraints, not the Taron restraints. Which it makes it more of a fun experience. I think it's so well themed, and next to it is a very, very good roller coaster, which we'll get onto later on. But it's overall, it was just, I think the night ride on the front row with my dad, that made it for me. That was it. I was like, I came off it the first time. I was like, this is a good coaster. Yeah. Went on it at night. This is an excellent coaster.
When I heard that you went to Cedar Point, I was like, God damn you! God damn you! There's so many, and it is one of the bucket parks that I really
will
want
get to it at some point.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, good shout. Okay,
number two.
My number two.
Yes.
Are you gonna have a guess?
I'm guessing it's Zardra.
Zardra was my number one for a while.
Yep.
And I've always wanted to go on an RMC. I've seen so many videos about it, and then when I finally went on it, Zardra, and I could see the hype on RMCs. Holy crap, is this thing insane? I mean, the quick transitions. I mean, it's not got that much theming, but Energyland is not really known for that.
Known for its long queue lines, though.
Yeah, it's ridiculously long. But yeah, there's certain elements in there where I'm just thinking, this is illegal. Like, how is this train even staying on the track? But yeah, I think it's amazing.
I think once you do more RMCs, you'll realise that, in my eyes, I think Zardra is a little bit overrated.
Okay.
A little bit. I've done 4 RMCs now. And in my opinion, it's my third favourite RMC, Zardra.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh,
third.
Okay,
in fourth place is Lightning Rod. That was the most overhyped coaster in my life.
You see, I heard about that and I was like, damn it,
so rough.
And I felt quite good when you said,
we're not on about Lightning Rod. Not on about my number 2.
Go on then.
Is Ride to Happiness at Plopsaland Dipan.
How did I forget that one? No!
It's the Mack Extreme Spinning Roller Coaster at Plopsaland Dipan, which opened just after COVID, I think, and it's themed to Tomorrowland with the fantastic on-ride audio by Hans Zimmer. And I will never forget the first time I came off that coaster with Mr. Sean Evans, Big Sean Bear, Life of Bears, and Adventure Time's Haley, and we came off that and we were like, oh my God, this is a good coaster. It easily became my number 1 there and then that day. However, another coaster, which I ridden right after, became my number 1. I'm guessing you've already figured out what my number 1 coaster is already.
Straight away. But I completely... Do you know what? I feel like I should change.
No,
change my
you've
top
already
5.
said it now.
But I completely agree with you. I can see why it's up there. I remember going on it with you. Going, this is so good. It's so, even that the onboard sound control, what you say, is amazing.
Yeah. And it was the first place we ever did an OTT Presents.
It was.
Which will always be iconic for us. It will.
Yes. But yeah, fair dues.
Yep.
So,
number 1. I've already guessed what your number 1 is.
Go on then.
I didn't see it, don't worry.
Did you not see it?
No.
Go on
Fly at Fantasyland.
This thing, I remember going on it with the OTT lads for the first time.
Not me. That was before I joined.
Yeah, unfortunately. But oh my gosh, this thing it's just a whole new world, mate. Like the theme,
the secrets are like the secret behind it makes it even more fun.
Oh.
Because when I rode it, I didn't know any of the secrets about how the ride system worked, nothing, and it made it so much better. The theming though is like
it's out of this world, mate.
Unreal.
I'd say it's even probably better than Universal or even Disney, mate.
It's up there.
Yeah,
it is up there.
I mean, even from the station when you literally are sitting there and the next minute before you know
the lights, the on-ride pre-show, the music, everything about that ride. It's very good. It is in my top 10 though.
I do love it. I think.
I don't know.
Go on there, mate. I've got a good feeling. Can I have a guess?
Yes, go ahead.
I think you're number one because obviously you've been to Cedar Point. It has to be the one, the only Still Vengeance.
Yes, it is Still Vengeance.
Go on,
I absolutely adore this coaster with a passion. I went to Cedar Point with very, very high expectations for Still Vengeance, and I said to my dad when we got to Cleveland Airport, and it was thunder and lightning and everything, and I turned to my dad and went, If Still Vengeance is not as good as I expect it to be, I'm going to be very sad. I'm going to cry. I'm going to absolutely cry because this is one of the main reasons we're coming here. And Dad went, no, it should be good. And we got on it the next day after floods of rain and everything, and it was beautiful sunshine. Went on it, and I went, oh my God, this is amazing.
Is it like the speed? Like, because
it is fast, but it's not about the speed. I think, in my eyes, it's more about the airtime. I'm more of an airtime focused guy. I prefer airtime over speed and inversions and stuff. And I came off that, and I was like, oh my God, the airtime. I forced myself forward. I know you shouldn't do this. Don't do this, guys. Don't sit all the way forward in your seat so you're getting the gap on your train. I sat all the way forward, and I had about that much gap. Still with the seatbelt on, by the way. You still have the seatbelt.
God.
And I came off with bruises, like near enough red marks on the top of my thighs. I was like, I know that there was airtime on
Oh my God.
And I was just getting airtime after airtime after
I'm
airtime.
so jealous, Jake.
Amazing. The theme is not great, but the coaster makes it. Like the amount of airtime on that thing is unreal, and the nighttime ride on it made it.
You see, everyone I've spoke to said that Still Vengeance is their number one coaster, and I can't wait. I can't wait for all of his OTT lads to actually, witness it and experience it for
the first time. There you go,
guys. Thank you so much for watching our first episode of
Brake Run. You can see that we're definitely planned, aren't we?
100%. If you like this content, let us know, guys. Also, let us know in the comments below, what is your top 5? Do you agree with me? Do you reckon Fly is number 1? Or
agree with me that Still Vengeance is number 1?
Let us know in the comments below. Guys, definitely follow us on our social medias on Instagram and Facebook. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit this bell icon. Every time we upload a new video, you will be notified. So I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
And thank you for watching. And as always,
happy riding.
That's the one. Bye-bye.